As a lot of you know, I've been working with crankbaits all my life, and I've teamed up with Berkley, and I really feel like we've got one of the best lineups of crankbaits. We got one that will catch fish better than anything you've ever thrown. And I'm going to start off with this size here. These are what we call the diggers. They actually have a slanted lip. They have a tremendous vibration. These baits throw good. They run two different depths. This one is our 6.5 model right here, and this is our 8.5 model. So we have two, pretty good range covered there. Anything from 5 to 10 feet you can cover real good with these baits. But anytime in the spring when you're out fishing, in the fall and fish get aggressive, they start getting on that rock and wood cover. This is just a killer bait. This is one of the best baits you'll ever have tied on the end of your line. So, these are really hard baits to throw normally, but we kept changing the lip angle and changing the width of the lip to get our best overall cast, because if you can't throw it, it ain't no fun. So we want baits that are fun to throw and fun to wind. If they wind hard, we don't want any part of them. So that's one of our goals. But this particular bait has a tremendous water displacement. I mean, like this right here, it really shakes its booty. This thing right here will get it. A couple of the other ones that we do have coming out, we call this the wild thing. I've never made a crankbait like this. This is definitely, when you throw it, you're going to know why we call it the wild thing. It's one of these baits that do this right here. I mean, it is just all over the place. And when it displaces water, it's got this much twist to it. And it doesn't track exactly straight, but we've got a tracking field of 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet. But the bait is tremendous the way it darts around and jumps around, and boy, I'll tell you what. The other one that we have that I'm really proud of, and this is what we call, it's a lipless bait. It's called a war pig. We get our vibration from the way water flows over the body. If you look right here, it's really small and narrow, and it gets fat and wide down at the bottom. So when the water flows over it, it gives it a hard thump. And when that happens, you get more vibration. Instead of just getting it off the nose like most baits does, this one gets it from the way the body is made. And also with the blunt nose, it really makes it a lot more snagless. This thing, you can fish it around heavy cover, and it bounces around and turns on its side, and you'll be surprised what you can wind this through without getting it hung up. So remember, the war pig is available in two sizes. We have the 1/2 ounce and the 1/4 ounce versions. To top everything off, we have a new shad bait. And we actually have one that you can cast. And we actually have it in two sizes, a 5 and a 7. And everybody knows that this size bait right here is extremely hard to throw. You can throw this bait on a bait casting reel, and you can get this bait 6 or 7 feet deep. Tremendous action. We have what I call the zero. The tail does a zero as it's rolling and vibrating. These baits imitate a shad, and anytime January, February, March, depending on what part of the country you're in, that's when these baits are going to work and be at their best. The 7 is more of a 50 and above size. Again, a bait that throws extremely well, gets down 7, 8, 9 feet deep. Throw it out there and wind it in and see what happens. You're going to be amazed at what the action of this bait will do. We have custom paint finishes on all our baits. So for you to get a bait painted like this, you're talking about 15 bucks. And we're looking at a $6.99 retail, which is an absolute bargain.